It's been a year of nonstop work so far as Paradise, California is slowly getting rebuilt. Nearly the entire town has to be reconstructed, and some residents could have their lives disrupted for years to come. More than 180 businesses have opened their doors in the year since the campfire.
Are you guys all good?
Nick's is one of them. At first, debris crews helped to keep the town's economy afloat. Owner Nikki Jones is employing 15 workers. All but one were displaced in the fire.
The biggest challenge is timing, because there are so many people wanting to rebuild.
My family lost 13 homes, and for them to be able to have a place to come back to and see me be a part of the rebuild process personally is just a really big accomplishment.
Rebuilding an entire town takes an enormous amount of work and money. Crews have cleared more than 3.6 million tons of debris, including 660,000 tons of contaminated soil. That's nearly double what crews removed from the World Trade Center after 9/11. The campfire was caused by utility equipment owned by Pacific Gas and Electric, which has agreed to pay billions in damage claims. And some Paradise residents have chosen to pay for the cleanup work themselves or use their homeowner's insurance. Cal Recycle told Newsy clearing debris from home sites costs about $100,000 per lot. To date, Cal Recycle says it's spent more than $1.1 billion. Water, septic, and electric lines have to be replaced, building plans have to be approved, and to tougher standards than before the fire. The town has passed lots of new fire safety measures regulating how far shrubs and trees are planted apart or the distance between wooden fences and a house. To date, more than 10,000 properties have been cleared of debris, but less than a dozen homes have been rebuilt and occupied. With rebuilding comes a lot of new infrastructure, things like new sewer system, buried electrical lines, fiber internet. But some residents that we've talked to are concerned that that's also going to lead to gentrification and price out former residents returning home to what was an area of California that was pretty affordable.
A lot of the older generation that have come through the doors won't be rebuilding, won't be coming back.
What's left behind is a new population of homeless residents. Margie Hensley, who runs the nonprofit Hope Center, says they're still meeting basic needs like water and clothing.
When we were here last year, the Hope Center was really kind of before the fire, as I understood it, in place to serve a homeless population. How has the Hope Center had to adapt to this massive amount of people that have been impacted by the campfire?
We had to open another Hope Center in Paradise. We acquired 2 warehouse spaces, this being one, and we were just full force.
The biggest difference between last November when we were here immediately after the fire and now is the visibility. There was so much smoke immediately after the fire that the visibility was severely limited. Now you can drive around, you see the surroundings, there's a ton of beautiful trees here, some gorgeous bluffs. It makes sense why people would want to move back to this area.
I'm currently in my 8th habitat since the fire. I think I'm going back to Lower Paradise, where the fire did not take over the homes. I like Paradise, I like the people, the community.
When it comes to localized impact and really specific devastation, Paradise in particular, but certainly some of the surrounding communities, it really is unprecedented.
FEMA tells Newsy it plans to stay in the area for years. Right now, it's housing more than 500 disaster families in 4 temporary communities and 19 commercial parks throughout Northern California. To date, FEMA has approved more than $163 million in campfire assistance.
We still have FEMA staff that are actively engaged in what's known as our individual assistance program, which is to provide ongoing assistance for individual survivors and households from the disaster. We have our FEMA public assistance program, which works with local communities, at the governmental level, to provide ongoing financial assistance to rebuild their communities. We have the FEMA mitigation programs, which will continue to provide mitigation assistance for years to come.
Back at Nick's, Jones says the customer base is slowly shifting from cleanup crews to locals. Kitchen manager Joe Pickett lost his home in the campfire. He says this gives him hope.
We were all distraught and all just running for our lives for a moment. I don't want people to be scared to come back. I want them to come back.